We're doing this, America. Segment 3, back for the last one. Oh, we're gutting it out here in a frigid sack. There could be shrinkage, America. Could be shrinkage. The redoubtable one himself, Tom Izzo, the highly questionable Andre Miliaccio. Segment 3, 2 cents with Tommy and the college football preview. 3 big games on the docket tomorrow. You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Look at America. This is some good stuff going on here. Let me tell you. They literally game. If you look at what's the first one? I'm trying to find the first one.
You're talking about your 3 college football games?
Yeah, there's 3 real big ones. And
Notre Dame is playing somebody. Who are they playing?
They're playing Clemson, but Clemson's 4-4.
But it
is in Clemson.
Clemson could.
It's in Death Valley.
Them,
right? Notre Dame needs to win this game. It's a big game. It's not as big as the other 3 I'm talking about, but for Notre Dame it's big because they could be They could be the 1-2-loss team that gets in the playoff because Ohio State is the one team that beat them and they're number 1 in the country right now. So they beat them on the last play of the game. So Notre Dame
only has 1 loss.
Notre Dame has 2.
Who was their second? It was a bad one, wasn't it?
No, it was at.
Was it Duke?
It was at. Where was it? It was a ranked team. They beat Duke. Who was it to? I forget who it was. But anyway.
Was it Louisville?
No, they beat Louisville.
They got some good wins.
They've got some good wins. They destroyed USC. They beat USC by 4 touchdowns. I mean, they crushed them.
It seemed like anybody who Colorado had a good game against is not good anymore.
No, Oregon. Oregon's right there.
Colorado did not have a good game against them.
No, but most teams haven't. Remember, Washington beat them on the last.
All I said was anybody that Colorado has played tough is not good anymore. TCU, not good anymore.
Well, TCU's. Well, they lost so many kids to graduation. I mean, that was more of a reputation thing. The schedule tomorrow. This is why I love this month for these 6-8 weeks. You've got at noon. That's not the biggest one. There's number 23 Kansas at number 7 Texas. Texas is probably going to handle them. They're at home. Kansas State has been better, but they're not having a firepower for Kansas. But that's not one of the big ones. You've got where is it? The first one.
Oh my God, that's a mugging.
Number 9, Oklahoma, who beat Texas at number 22, Oklahoma State, who's got 1. This is a.
Is
big
that the
game.
Bedlam Bowl? What is that one called?
I don't know, but it's the Oklahoma. It's one of those. There's some sort of trophy. I can tell you that right now. That game is a dawning, potentially. Oklahoma State is no joke. No, people haven't been paying attention. They just snuck in the top 25, but they've got a very high-powered offense. The defense is underrated. They've been coming for a while, but they've arrived in the top 25. This is going to be a hell of a game. Oklahoma, I have yet to see anybody shut that offense down.
I know nothing about
it. I have yet to see somebody do it. Now, Oklahoma State's defense is pretty solid. They haven't seen an offense like this. It is in Oklahoma State, though. This is why, to me, if this was in Oklahoma or in Norman, this wouldn't be. This is a no-brainer. But the fact that it's there, this is a coin flip game to me. I'm going to take Oklahoma because their quarterback at the end of the day, I think, will make a play at the end. He's a stud, but it's going to be close. The next one, which happens to be, where is it? Did I skip over it? Number 5, Washington, who's undefeated.
Washington?
At USC.
Another team that didn't play good against Colorado.
This is USC's season right here. Okay? And this is where Washington, I think, really puts an end to USC. Because Washington they're that team. They're the West Coast version of Georgia. That's how right? No, they're undefeated.
Oh, I thought they beat them.
No, they beat Oregon.
That's a
They're Oregon's only loss.
I'm so glad to see that. Was that the missed field goal at the end?
It was 36-33 was the final.
Yeah,
that was a sick game.
I was glad to see that because Oregon's coach pissed me off with Deion stuff.
That was one of the best games of the year, and Oregon's been crushing people before and since. So Oregon's for real. That means Washington's for real. Washington to me is Georgia West. They are the West Coast version of the Georgia Bulldogs. They really are.
Georgia.
They are big, physical, and talented, and they are mean. I think they're going to go into Southern Cal, and they're going to put USC down.
Put them down.
They're going to end their season for all intents and purposes. It's toilet bowl from here on out for USC. Last one. This is the Donnybrook of the day. Oh, yeah, the Donnybrook of the day. We should have that. The Donnybrook of the day.
The Donnie of the day.
The Donnie of the day, if you will. Number 14, LSU, who has quietly rebounded after that Florida State loss on opening night. At number 8, Alabama in Tuscaloosa. This is going to be awesome. This is at 7:45, prime time on CBS.
It's a big one.
So we'll be around. We might have to watch. This is good. We might have to record. This is somebody's season is going to get destroyed here.
They both dropped a 2-loss, or does LSU already
This
have?
is going to eliminate one of them.
Does
They
LSU
both have
have
one.
one? Okay.
They both have one. This is going to eliminate one of them. I got news for you. LSU has all the firepower they need to go in there and win that game. They really do. The question is this.
It's at LSU?
It's at Alabama.
Oh, it's at Alabama.
LSU is one of the few teams that has gone in there and won in the past decade, by the way. They had some guy named Burrow. You may have heard of him. Okay. Jamar Chase. Name ring a bell? Yeah.
Yeah.
How about Justin Jefferson? That his name? Yeah, they're on the same fucking receiving corps.
Justin Jefferson wasn't even on the field.
No, he was the third stringer for Christ. But not many teams have gone into Tuscaloosa and lived to tell the tale. This is Alabama's shot. If they're going to get, because they have to beat Georgia, they have to get to that game. I will tell you, I don't think Georgia's as good as they were last year. I think Alabama, if they could get that far, might have a shot. Here's the thing. To me, this doesn't come down to the field. It comes down to the coaches. And as talented as Chip Kelly is, he is no Nick Saban. And this is a classic Nick Saban fucking find a way to win game. His quarterback, who has been sporadic, and this is why LSU to me really has a chance, because their quarterback's been better to this point than Alabama's quarterback. But this is a Nick Saban tailor-made game. And to me, while I think it may even go to overtime, I think Alabama wins this one.
Okay.
But it's going to be that close.
You putting any giggle smoke on it?
No, the Eagle smoke. I only do one. That was the Chiefs beating mine.
Okay.
But anyway, I like those. Those 3 games are going to be fun. There'll be a lot of good games tomorrow. By the way, quick shout out before he takes over. BC 6-3 on the road win at Syracuse. Tough place to play. BC bowl eligible for the first time in God knows how long.
No, we're not talking about British Columbia.
No, we are not. And BC has a chance to win out, and at 9-3. Who the fuck would have picked that? They have a shot.
With
to
a
do
one-score game against Florida State.
They almost beat us by 3. They had the ball. So if it wasn't for that stupid loss at the beginning of the year, because their loss is Louisville, who's crushing people, who has one loss, they're nasty. Those 2 losses aren't bad. It's that loss at the beginning of the year that's killing BC, because they could be a 10-win team in the 8. That would have been huge. So, but they've responded. They have a sophomore kid. This kid, Constant. This dude's sick. Dual threat. First dual threat they've had since Doug Flutie. Don't want to, but he's only a sophomore. So, which bodes well. Next year they could be even better. Anyway, congratulations to them for winning tonight. They're bowl eligible. Never thought I'd see that. BC, so good for you. It's time for Tommy's 2 cents.
2 cent Tom.
2 cent Tom. And I'm sure while I was rambling, I came up with a couple of things to talk about.
Now, so, the one thing I wanted to talk about was the lack of interest by anyone in the World Series.
Yeah.
Including me. I mean, I did have some interest. I did have some interest in the Philly-Arizona series, the NLCS.
Yeah.
And I guess, Astros Rangers in the ALCS was good too.
Yeah, it was. Hell of a series.
But do you know how long it's been since the Yankees were in the World Series?
2009?
9. I think it's the last time they won it.
Yeah.
And it's weird not having the evil empire anymore in baseball. It almost kind of became L.A. and Houston. But they're not.
Neither one of them wins or won the way the Yankees did.
Exactly. But I'm talking about in terms of like teams that were always there at the end.
I mean, the
Astros have been.
The Yankees won 5 in like an 11 or 12-year stretch. With
Yes,
Jeter and those
but I'm
guys.
just talking about like the only 2 teams that have been at the end that many times.
Yeah.
Like in the past, I don't know, 8 years. How many times have either the Astros or the Dodgers not been in it? One of them has been in it.
The Astros have been there like 6 years in a row.
Right,
For Christ.
right.
They've at least been in the ALCS.
But neither one of them holds the empire that the Yankees.
Because they only won. They won 2 and the Dodgers won 1.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it's kind of sucks without that.
The team with the most
without
World
that
Series since
lightning
2000
rod.
is the Red Sox with 4. They've won the most since the turn of the century.
And they won one in what, 2019?
2018 was the last one, 5 years. Then that dickhead owner fell asleep at the wheel, and they basically become the Florida Marlins. Those idiots, but with a payroll.
I mean, it'd be nice to see the Yankees and Red Sox in an ALCS again.
There's never
been
a rivalry like that in baseball. There never will be again.
I know, it kind of
sucks.
sucks.
That's 100-year of hatred.
Sucks.
It's like the Hatfields and the McCoys. That's 100 years of hatred. There's no two franchises that has that kind of venom than those two have. And when they're both good, it's better for baseball because their fan bases are worldwide, both of them. Mm-hmm. So obviously the Cardinals. Look,
Cardinals were out of it this year.
Yeah, they're another
Mets
long time.
The Braves choked again.
The Braves choked again.
Braves, oh my God. When you think about the dominance the Braves have had over the NL East for the past 30 years.
Yeah.
And they've got 2 World Series out of it.
Yeah.
Dominated a division for 30 years.
2, that's all I have to show for.
And they got 2.
The Red Sox got 4 in 17 years.
Right.
You got 2 in 30.
And the Red Sox didn't even dominate the division all those years.
No, they were second.
They did it out of the wild card spot.
Wild card spot.
So that's interesting.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I don't know. I just wanted to bring it up because it was kind of sad the way nobody gave a shit.
This is the thing, and I hate saying this. They were both feel-good stories.
Yeah.
So you liked both teams. It was kind of a shame somebody had to lose it, but it's like that's about the only drama there was. But you were happy one of these two was going to win it. But at the same time, it was like you didn't hate either team. So what do you do? I mean, styles make fights. This was 2 underdogs. We set out there 2 Cinderellas. Would Cinderella have been a good story if there were 2 of them?
The Rangers underdogs. The Rangers had one of the highest.
From a money stamp, but the Mets had the highest. They didn't even make the playoffs. San Diego, same thing. High payroll, garbage.
I know, but I'm saying
guarantee anything.
But the Rangers paid for this title over the past couple of years. They paid for it.
Shit, the Yankees paid for it.
They also traded for it. Now,
most teams do.
But the Diamondbacks were an underdog.
They were a true.
The Rangers came into this season with expectations. The Diamondbacks did
nobody had the Diamondbacks doing anything. Not in that division.
Good for them for getting there.
Look at the division they were in.
Yeah.
No one had them doing anything. No, that was the true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would have been great to see them win it.
But it's just it's like 2. I don't want to say
Diamondbacks have a World Series.
I don't want to say no-name franchises.
No, the Diamondbacks have won a championship.
I know, but still, they're not a high-profile.
No, they're not
franchise.
No, they're out on the left coast, and out there's so many things to do besides watch sports. It's kind of hard for teams to stick out there unless they're the Lakers. Lakers are really the one team out there that always sticks out. They're the Lakers. That's why. So, but they have a history that goes back a lot.
The Dodgers too.
The Dodgers, they're a powerhouse franchise, but I mean, there's not many of them out there.
That's because they consistently win.
Yeah.
The
Lakers have consistently won since the Magic era.
Yeah.
That's when they became the Lakers.
That's what makes you one of those staple franchises.
Yes, they are. They're historically one of them. So, But
it would be nice to see the Yankees in the mix. But the weird thing is I don't hate the Yankees anymore. And I think it's because
I always hate the Yankees.
But I think it's because they haven't been as good as they were. If the Yankees pulled a Patriot-like 20-year run again, I'd gladly go back to hating them. But they haven't done that.
I will always hate that uniform. However, understand something. I will always respect that uniform. There's a difference.
Okay.
And for me, that changed with Mr. Rivera and Mr. Jeter. They changed that for me. Up until then, I hated everything about the Yankees. But those 2 dudes, and there were others like them on that roster, they were a different breed. They were winners, but they were a different Yankee than the ones that I'm used to.
Yeah.
And they ate some humble pie, and they were classy about it. And that's when you really tell about someone, their character, when they get beat. Because not everybody wins all the time, okay?
Yeah.
So, I mean, shit, Michael Jordan lost for 9 years before he fucking won. So, but he kept coming back and getting better. And that's the thing. That's why he's who he is. So the thing is, the Yankees showed some humility. They tipped their cap and said they were better. And to hear that from a franchise with that stature, it tells you something about them. So I'll always hate them, but I respect them now. Whereas before I didn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't because I felt like they bought all their teams. And most of the time they did. But I mean...
but when you look at the run they went on, that was
5 and 11 years I haven't seen a run like that in baseball in my lifetime.
But that wasn't bought.
Well, most of it was homegrown.
Like
they brought in some
core,
pieces.
No, of course.
The core was built.
They had a core.
Yeah, but again, that was the core that I came to respect. I said it was Jeter, Rivera, and there were others on there. O'Neal. There were other guys on that core.
Well, it was Jeter, Rivera, Posada,
was another
and
one.
Pettit. That was the core four.
Yeah, those guys.
But then they also had guys like Scott Brocious.
Yeah.
That wasn't a big money guy.
No.
They had.
But they also brought in
Robinson Cano came up through their minor league system.
They did. I'm saying, but they also brought in some high priced
Mark
talent.
Teixeira.
Yeah.
Alex Rodriguez.
A-Rod. So,
Roger Clemens.
See, the worst thing you can do as a Red Sox is go there and win. That drives you up a wall.
And then Rivera, you can't forget.
I love Mario Rivera. I'll tell you what, his last game at Fenway, I was there, and I'm telling you right now, that was a 5-minute standing ovation. And that was the coolest thing the coolest thing I've ever been a part of was that day.
You mean after he tipped his cap?
No, that was 2004 when they beat him. When he played his last game in Fenway when he retired, he came out and they gave him a 5-minute, and the game was still going on, and they stopped the game for 5 fucking minutes because the Red Sox fans gave this guy. That was one of the coolest things. And he kind of sat there, and he almost got misty-eyed because he never thought, like before, it was like, but when he did that in 2004, he tipped his cap, they were like, you know what, he's all right. Because Boston fans aren't stupid. They're stubborn, but they aren't stupid. And they recognize greatness, and he's the greatest closer ever, and it's not close.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody would argue that. So.
And he did it with one goddamn pitch.
No, but he's also a class act.
One pitch.
And when a guy shows class, you're going to give him his due. When Jabbar retired at the Garden, they gave him his due. When Magic, same thing. When Jordan walked away, last time he came to the Garden, they gave him his due.
They used to say in rap, real recognize real.
Real recognizes real. And if you're real and you show some class, they're going to not going to forget it.
I think it was Joe Budden who once said, "Real recognize real, and you don't look familiar." I like that one. That's a good line, right?
Terry Francona still has the greatest quote ever, and I've used it. Terry Francona, when he blasted Michael Felger, who's a Boston media guy. When they were going at it.
It's so easy to root for fucking Terry Francona.
But this is when I fell in love with him because he shut Felger down right on his own show. He goes, it's funny how he goes, it never ceases to amaze me how you never let a thing like facts get in the way of your opinion. That was where I got that from. I remember hearing that day. I almost crashed my car. I was laughing so fucking hard. It was all over the news that night.
That sounds like something Francona would say.
It was fucking perfect. He's like, tell you what you, Felger, is it never ceases to amaze me how you never let a little thing like facts get in the way of your opinion. And you fucking blasted him. And Maserati, who's the baseball guy, they both were they froze. They didn't know what to say. He shut them both up. It was fucking beautiful. Yeah. And I have used that line many a time, especially when it comes to the Patriots. But, because facts do trump opinions. They just do.
Oh, these fucking heaters.
So, I don't think died on you?
Yeah. All right, so those are my 2 cents about baseball.
That's baseball.
Nice to have a little baseball conversation.
Oh, yeah. A little winter stove.
Third segment.
Winter
So
stove.
if you were gone, you're gone.
Yeah.
If you wanted to see us talk about something that's irrelevant, you saw it.
Well, the World Series should not have been irrelevant. It's the World Series.
Yeah.
But again, it was 2 feel-good stories, so there was nobody to hate.
Yeah.
So then, again, styles make fights. This was not a fight anybody really wanted to see. In fact, you almost felt bad for whoever lost it.
I mean, I'm trying to think of what sports teams I hate right now. So Miami, the Heat right now is a team.
They're very
I hate.
hateable. Very hateable.
In football, who do I hate in football?
James Harden is very hateable.
James
now.
Harden's hateable.
Hateable, very hateable.
Yeah.
Any team he's on is hateable.
And
I don't have anything against Kawhi
what about
Leonard.
football? Kawhi's
I feel
fine.
bad. Kawhi's and George isn't a bad dude either. I feel bad. And Russell Westbrook, to his credit, played his ass off over there when he got blamed for everything in L.A. But that was with the fake show. But that wasn't all his fault. But anyway, he's played well. So it sucks he went to that team. Because that team was pretty likable. Now he's on it. I kind of hate them.
I don't know how much I like Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. I don't dislike them.
I've never had a problem with those two. They've never done anything other than their jobs. Now, look, they may not be, they've been injury prone.
Yeah.
But when they're on their game, the two of them, they're filthy. And Leonard's got 2 rings to prove it. So, I mean, anyway. But they're, hateable. Football, Cowboys. Cowboys are always hateable.
Well, when Dak said that thing about now you got what you always
wanted. That's a load of shit. But the thing is, when Stephen A. Smith, and I don't agree with Stephen A. Smith on everything, but this is one I happen to, he's dead right. There's nothing more disgusting, more nauseating than this fucking world than Dallas Cowboy fans. Every fucking year is their year. If the Super Bowl were played in July, they'd have 30 of them. It's unfucking believable. Stephen A. Smith is right about this, and they make you hate him even more.
This guy's in better shape this year.
I think he is. I think you're right about that. I think the keg, the keg is gone. He's slimmed down. He's trimmed down. He had a little bloop before.
He looks good.
Yeah, he's playing good. 31 points a game. 31 points tonight. Well, got to work on those free throws, but they're up. Denver won 23 to 110. Is going to walk away with this one. Dallas,
with a minute left.
Yeah, Dallas can't play. Dallas still can't play any defense. And again, they don't have enough firepower to keep up with Denver. So
I got to pee again.
Yeah. Well, we're going to end this segment on that note. Anyway, you guys.
See you Tuesday.
You guys enjoy the weekend. A lot of good football this weekend, tomorrow and Saturday. The NBA Cup has begun, so to speak. And
NBA Cup.
Quick shout out, Boston Bruins 9-0-1 out of the gate. A better start than last year.
Just not as historic because of how many they won in a row.
They last year when they broke the record, they didn't start off this good.
Oh,
they're off to a better start.
Oh, so the record they broke last year was most
wins and most points.
Most wins and most
season.
points. Okay.
And they didn't start off this good.
Well,
I can't believe I'm saying that. Somehow they're better right now.
Good for the Bruins.
Hey, keep your chin down, keep your head down, and keep working. It only ends with the cup or failure. Until then, you guys enjoy the week, and we'll see you Tuesday. For the redoubtable who's running to take a leak without wetting himself, the highly questionable one. Enjoy the football, America. We will see you on Tuesday night. Stay loose.